Hey everybody, it's Candice. In this video, I'm going to be showing you a couple of things. One, I'm going to be making these little ornaments with a nativity scene cut from my Cricut. Some white permanent vinyl is what I'm putting on the back of a candle lid, a 4-inch candle lid. I saved them all. After I'm done with a candle, I'll just keep the lid and clean it up, and I can use it for crafts for one thing or another. But here I'm cutting out my vinyl with my Cricut. And then I'm going to make some little gift card boxes with some cardstock. So first of all, let's get into the little ornament. So here I am just wiping it down with some alcohol, this candle lid. It's 4 inches, and I'm just going to spray it with some alcohol, clean it up so that when I put the vinyl down, it's going to stick really nice. And then I'm just going to weed my vinyl and lay it down, and pretty soon you'll see how cute my little SVG file is. It's a darling little manger scene. Now I'm just going to let you watch me weed this vinyl. It's kind of satisfying to watch. I love watching people weed things on their channels, so I'm going to let you watch this for your viewing pleasure. Alrighty, now I'm going to lay down some transfer tape so that I can get a nice clean lay down of the vinyl. And you'll see in a second, I actually forgot to weed one little part of my vinyl, so I'll just get that out. And right now I'm just burnishing, and I'll just let you watch for a little bit and see how this plays out. And who would have thought you can just use a candle lid for your everyday crafting needs? Just seeing if there's any air bubbles and trying to get those out. But I do. I save my candle lids. Some of them are just so beautiful. Like the ones from Bath & Body Works have some really pretty embellishments on them and some embossing, if you will. And so, but these flat ones from Walmart are actually the best for this type of project. So I'm using those for this. Okay, now I'm just getting out my Christmas cardstock, and I'm actually going to cut out a circle the same size as each of my lids, and I'm just going to glue them onto the back so that they're not just like a empty space. And that way, if the ornament turns on the Christmas tree, it's really pretty on both sides. So I'll just show you how I trace them, cut them out, glue it, and then at the end I actually put some little kind of glittery stars, but I don't think I recorded that part. But you'll see how it turns out in the end. I have to keep trimming the circle because it needs to kind of fit snug inside the little space, and so that's what I'm doing here. Just trying to trim little bits of it so it's not too small, but just small enough that it goes inside. All right, now I'm gonna bring in my hole punch a little hole, make a couple little slits so that I can feed some twine through there and just make a little hanging for the ornament. And then I'm gonna glue it down, and then I'll add the cute little glittery stars at the end. Okay, so here I'm using some E6000 glue. I've tried doing this with hot glue before. It doesn't seem to work. Paper, sometimes metals and stuff like that. It's just not a hot glue type of surface. So I found that E6000 works pretty good. It just takes a little longer to dry, but that's okay. I can just let it set all night long and we'll be good to go tomorrow. Oh, and yes, we can't forget the cute little bow. That just topped it off really nice. It made it just have that final finishing touch that it just needed, I think. Alrighty, moving on to our little gift card boxes. So I feel like I have to give a little disclaimer. I've made these before, but here I am looking at a box that was given to me with a gift card in it, and I just wanted to duplicate it and make 4 of them so that I could give them as gifts. But the disclaimer is it's been a long time since I've made one of these, and so I was just sort of relearning all over again. And so you'll have to bear with me. I've made more since then, and I've found a lot easier way to go about doing it, but you sometimes have to do it once or twice before you kind of get a groove and figure out the fastest way to kind of mass produce an item. And that's exactly what I did, but not on camera. So obviously in this video, it's taking a little bit longer than it needs to. That's why I'm speeding it up, because I'm figuring out measurements, I'm doing math, and what I'm doing is I'm cutting a piece of paper, a piece of cardstock, and I'm cutting it in the dimensions of 5.5 by 10.25, I believe. And then I'm going to score it on the edges all the way around, and then in the center at 3/4 of an inch. So that's why I had to do some math, because when you start working with quarters, and then there's multiple, then you have to start really thinking. But after I scored it, I folded them, and then I cut little snippets out of each little score line where the score lines intersect, and I just cut tiny little triangles out, you can kind of see, so it makes folding a lot easier, kind of like a pizza box. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I'm just gluing these little tabs so that I can glue it together where it needs to be, and then I can just fold that top lid down, and it fits really nicely. I just kind of try to make the top lid be a little bit wider than the bottom box so that it just slid over really nice. All right, and then in just a second you'll see that I'm going to cut up a little piece of tissue paper, fold my little gift card inside it, and then just put it in, and after I'm done I'm going to wrap some twine around it, put a gift tag on it, and then it's just going to be such a cute little gift. But off camera, actually, I ended up scrunching up the tissue paper instead and then placing the gift card on top of it. I just liked it better. I didn't really like the look of this. So off camera, I just decided there was a better way, and I liked it better. And it just kind of filled up the box a little bit better too. And here's one final look at my little ornament. You can kind of see the little holographic stars that I glued on later. But anyway, I hope you guys all have a Merry Christmas, and thank you again so much for staying tuned, and we'll see you in the new year.